Hello everyone, PDF here, and welcome back to Bedrockin Minecraft. Kinda fresh off our last episode there where we made a zombificator, I had a bit of inspiration for what to do in this episode. Now, I don't know exactly where the idea came from, and I've never actually made one really before, but I thought this time we would tackle something a little more advanced, for me at least. I thought that this time I would attempt to make a bartering farm. Now, I've never personally actually made one. I mean, like, I've trapped piglins to be able to, trade gold and stuff with them, but I've never made an actual farm. And I think that's what we're going to do this time around. The only question now is, where do we put it? Well, that was rude. Need to find a good location, and obviously it's going to be here in the nether somewhere. It's mostly a matter of where. I mean, we do have this area right over here. It's big, it's wide open. The other spot I thought that we might actually use, at least the rough idea, we'll take a look, is actually somewhere kind of in this general area, because as you can see, we get some of these guys spawning here relatively frequently, actually. See, we got some down there, we got some over here. So I think somewhere maybe between these two areas would be a good spot for it. It'd be a lot easier to get them over here, at least, that's for sure. Yeah, we're gonna do something with you guys. Maybe not you exactly, but I mean in general. Also continuing to work on the tunnel here. Kind of started to go along with some of the warped stem stretching across here, and I thought maybe some of the deep slate cobble for the walls, and then maybe this again, and then, kind of a curved bit to the roof, but maybe some supports every so often. I'm still trying to figure it out. But before we get to actually building this, I've got to, decide on which spot exactly, and then gather up a whole bunch of materials. So let me gather a bunch of stuff together, and then we will get started. Alright, so as you can see, we've started to make quite a bit of progress, both on the bartering farm here, and on the tunnel leading to the desert portal. I haven't finished this, obviously because, the roof isn't on there, but the walls, I haven't finished all the way down, but quite a ways. The biggest holdup is really getting all the warped stem. It just takes forever. But we got 2 layers on our bartering farm here currently. I do have some of the piglins trapped in there. I have them name tag. I had a few more, but they escaped, and I opened this, unfortunately, too close. So yeah, some of them didn't quite make it. So we'll have to try and get a few more in there. But for now, at least, it keeps them contained. It gives me a spot to put them when I'm able to get some in there. Spawn around here reasonably frequently. So that should hopefully make it a bit easier to get them. I'm gonna keep plugging along here, maybe get some more of the walls up, so that way, ghasts stop shooting fireballs at me when I'm in there. And then we'll check back here shortly. Okay, so each of these spots is going to be where we have one of our friends here on top. So, let me make sure I got the correct stuff all in place here. Let me see. I am going to want glass there, obviously, there, and front there. Now the trick is going to be getting them up inside here. And we'll have a dispenser on the back side here, because that's where the gold's going to go in. Need to figure out some way to get them in there. You guys would have to have crossbows, wouldn't you? Oh, and I just gave them some generic nickname. Just to make it easier. So yeah, however you manage to do it, you're going to want to get one in each spot standing on top of the fence posts. And hopefully, when we come back, I will have accomplished at least some of that. Mental note, do not open barrels near them either. Thought it was just chests. Okay, see, look, see, look, we're cool, no open, I get it. So this is what the pods, if you will basically look like. Alright, so with these 4 set up, I'll set up the kind of the special system to power the dispensers. For now, we can always, as I add more, increase it. I believe there's ways to do it. So I'm gonna set it up here. This is based off of a JC Plays design with a couple tweaks of my own, like the fence posts. But I tried this out and it actually worked, so I figured it would certainly be worth it. Now I've set up the basic clock circuit here. We have this block here. There is a redstone torch underneath connected to the block the repeater's on. Underneath this block is a dot of redstone with the torch. That creates a clock. Having this just allows me to switch it off. and that powers the dropper, which said as I kind of stretch it along, it'll power them all. And it's on a 1-tick delay, gives them a chance to take a look at the gold. And in a minute, I'll finish the circuit for at least those 4. Now, the other big part of this is actually this here. That right there. That has a very important part in this. For some reason, and I don't know why, that moving makes them trade instantly. So we're definitely going to be using that to our advantage. As you could hear, they are mad, which means they're noticing that, which is actually what we want. That's a good thing, I promise. So, yep, that works for those 2, and then I'm going to do another one for these 2. Now, we still have quite a bit of work to do, obviously. We don't have an easy way to refill the gold or anything. So, for the moment, though, just so we can test things, we'll throw some in each of these. And now, what we should see is when they get dispensed a piece of gold, they'll pick it up and drop their trade immediately because of those moving back and forth. Now that was only 4 pieces of gold each, but did you see how quick that was? And look, we already got trades in the barrels here. And yes, they're going to be mad at us, to be expected. I'm probably going to switch a bunch of this glass out with the blackstone. I have the glass mainly so I can make sure everything's set up, I got them in the right spot and everything first. And then I can slowly switch it out. Otherwise, as you can hear, they just complain a lot. But we have our first trades from our working bartering farm. Now we still have to finish the building, mind you, and get some more in place. Let me at least work on completing the building so that way we don't have gas shooting at us the whole time. And then afterwards we can work on maybe getting them in some more. Just a slab roof over the top. So I can always pretty it up more later, but right now I think the function is going to be more important. And we are definitely enclosing the roof. I don't want it open to the, the nether sky, if you will. I personally would like it enclosed. It's safety than anything. Like I said, it'll give us an area that we can stand in that guests won't be attempting to shoot us every 5.5 seconds. And by using the slabs, it'll make it spawn proof so nothing will spawn up here. Alright, so before we take a look at how we've progressed on the bartering farm so far, I thought maybe we'd take a quick side trip here and take a look at the tunnel so y'all could see what I've been doing so far. Now, as you can see, I've extended how far this goes down quite a bit more with the walls and the glass. Still need a lot more of the warped wood, but that'll take some time to collect. I think for the ceiling, I'm just going to end up kind of mirroring what's here, maybe raising the middle two a little bit. That's still going to take a while. I kind of work on this in between everything else, and still totally not avoiding working on my castle. Nope, not avoiding that at all. Still have this little bit of roof here, just kind of help keep the Enderman at bay a little bit. Keep us a little bit protected. But yeah, I've come down this far so far with the glass and the walls on top. I gotta go deep slate mining again to get more, because I've been burning through most of what I have. And we're getting pretty close to where the end is, though. This is a long tunnel in terms of, having to do the double layer walls. But the end is right there. And as you can see, this is the path that brings us here into the fortress. I still want to, kind of hallway this up a little bit. Maybe put a nice iron door here. A little more protective, to make it a little easier to get in and out. And then I do still have an actual kind of design I've been working on for maybe this section here leading up to the tunnel. But for now, let's go back and take a look at the bartering farm. Alright, so as you can see, it is now fully enclosed. It's not particularly decorated yet, but I haven't really found, kind of a decorative style that I like yet. I gotta do some more fiddling around and creative and see what I can come up with. I've also changed up how these pods here look. As you can see, I've switched out some of the glass for the blackstone bricks here. These 4 are still hooked up. I still have not gotten to him, but we'll add him along eventually. I may even throw a second switch over. We've got a few server mates that are much better at redstone than I am, so I'm gonna kind of pick their brains and see what we can come up with. Try and make it a little bit better of a system. Maybe one that works a little more consistently. For now, though, these 4, as you can see, we're getting a pretty decent amount of drops just from these 4. I have put a total of, 42 ingots there and abouts. And obviously, you know, this isn't everything. I've taken a little bit of stuff from some earlier tests back to my base and kind of sorted it already. We got some soul speed books, 2, we got 1, and I think, 3. But this is going to be so nice for me to get the black stone, plenty of obsidian, some more potions of fire resistance. I've already taken the crying obsidian and set it aside because I believe I can probably use that as a decorative block, maybe in some spots around here, but just maybe even in the tunnels in general would be nice. Gravel, soul sand, oh yeah, and the bricks are going to be so nice too, rather than having to, you know, mine out a bunch of netherrack and smelt that up. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to using this myself. I'm going to have to go AFK probably for a few times over at the gold farm by spawn to get enough to make this thing really worthwhile. Yeah, it'd definitely be good to have some of these again. Hey, he dropped one. That's okay. We'll make sure they get it back. That's not a problem. You know, maybe we'll just give it to our buddy over here. We have a few of them, really. Yeah, I've got a few of them kind of saved around. Would you like some butter? There, have some butter. Ooh, fire charge. Not that I really need it, but hey. You know, I'll go add that to the pile. We'll throw you in there. There we go. Plenty of iron nuggets, too. Arrows, not that we need them, because like every good player, all the pros do, we use infinity. That's what the pros use. And then I'm definitely going to have to try and fill this side up. We have, let's see here, 1, 2, 3. I think we definitely have enough to get that side full and the second side started. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, we got 5 more volunteers just waiting to get brought in. And they cannot wait to get in here and get to work. I know when I was testing this out with a few server mates, obviously the hoppers can't keep up with how fast they're dropping them. What I might try on this side is, I couldn't get it to work on my test world, but I might try this side kind of as an experiment. Putting some hopper minecarts in a block on here. You know, put a block down, some rails, have the hopper minecart roll into it, and see maybe if that will be faster for keeping up. It takes a moment for all the stuff to filter, but then everything will eventually go into the barrels. So, said for these 4, I think that's just fine. And once it's kind of spread out over the whole thing, yeah, it'll be kind of funny to see little piles just waiting to get sorted. I have to figure out what to do with all this stuff too. A lot of it will end up in the storage system at spawn, I think, because it's all, this is for community use. So, or as people, you know, come in to use their stuff, it'd be a good chance for everybody to get some of these goodies. I know a few people are looking forward to it. I'm gonna take that. Might even be able to, yep, throw it on my boots. Now let's see. I need some fire protection too, so maybe I'll check our librarians back at spawn and get some fire protection. Probably a good thing to have here in the nether. I do keep some potions on me, but it never hurts to have it on the armor too. So let me head back to spawn, and then I think maybe what we'll do is wrap up for the episode. Let's see what we got in the stock of books before I go over to the farm here. Do we have any? No, I don't want Frostwalker. Fire protection. So I wasn't able to put soul speed on these particular boots. Got too expensive once I added fire protection. But, and depth strider, but that's okay. I can manage otherwise. And I enchanted my shield. A lot of people seem to forget you can actually throw enchantments on this thing. Unbreaking, Mending, and I think Curse of Vanishing are the only 3 you can put on there. I don't really know why you'd want Curse of Vanishing, but hey, Unbreaking and Mending on a shield. Shiny purple. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. Next episode, we're going to keep working on the tunnel some more. And I said I'll work on decorating the barter farm kind of over time, or if, you know, any of the other server mates want to jump in and help a little bit, they're welcome to as well. It is a community farm after all. And then we'll see where we go from there. I'll have a little bit of time in between now and then to kind of come up with the next plan. Remember, if you like what you see, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing, it helps me out a lot. My first goal for this year, as we're now in the new year as the time of this video, Happy New Year, is I want to hit 100 subscribers. That's my first goal. From there, we'll obviously move on, but that's the first main goal of the new year, is hitting 100 subscribers. So all of you that hit that button, you've been a big help. Everybody who's gonna hit it, you're a great help. I appreciate you all. As always, my name is Phoenix, and this Phoenix has got to fly. I'll catch you next time.